The Fruitmarket Gallery is a gem, amazingly important in Scotland, hugely important for the United Kingdom, and it's really quite unlike any other gallery running at this moment anywhere in the United Kingdom.
From when I was a student right up to now, it's a key place in Scotland where you see what's happening at the kind of highest level.
It doesn't follow fashions. It has a very clear sense of its identity. And I think for me, one of the most interesting things is the way in which it can alternate between contemporary and historical shows and make that work.
It's almost like a laboratory, I think, the Fruitmarket. And I think people that likes to come here is because they know they are going to discover something else in the work of the artists that maybe they know, but they will see it in this place in a different way. And that is, I think, very important.
I was a student at Goldsmiths where Mary Kelly was my tutor, and she'd taken some time out to work for her show, and she came back and showed us installation shots of her work at the Fruitmarket, and I loved the space, and I thought, oh, I'd love to do what she does. I loved it completely. So, yeah. Thank you, Fruitmarket.
Installing the work, it's a shock when it finishes. But at the same time, there's a sort of thrill that the ambition has fulfilled. And certainly the ambition with this show was to use the stacked on top of each other of the two spaces. I kept on thinking about the upstairs space shrugging its shoulders to the downstairs space, and that what then got shaken out of the upstairs space would land in the floor below.
Our Scottish pavilion at the Venice Biennale was 10 years ago. Because the work was so sort of site-specific and it was so raw, we couldn't really imagine it in another space. And I like the idea that it's 10 years later and the opening of a new refurbished Fruitmarket gallery, that I've been able to just make new work in again in the same spirit that I made that work in the pavilion in Venice.
Our job as artists is somehow to re-influence culture in such a way that children who are growing up can rethink about the world that they live in. It will re-influence the way they can act or take ownership of the future. And for me, I think that is where art becomes interesting. Not just a record of time, but a way that influences how time, which is yet to unfold, is going to be shaped.
What this workshop today is really all about is your own ideas. Okay, so we've talked about what you've taken away from the exhibition, what you remember from the exhibition, but I really want to take that on another step, and let's see and hear about your inspirations, because you're going to make something today out of clay, and we're going to be playful.
Last week we were actually looking at Ibrahim Mahama, which was quite good, and some nice sculptures, and we also used some mud rock. And this week we've been working with clay to make our own sculptures. The biggest thing I've learned is probably just using different materials and stuff and just being creative. I feel like I can open up more of my emotions with art. Like, I can really just like come out my shell and see other people come out their shell and see new things I can do.
Making a book as part of my exhibition was very significant for me. This book was beautifully designed, and I think together we developed a very special publication, which has had a real significant impact on me. Because I felt with that publication I found my voice as a writer.
There are moments when you go out of sync with yourself, when you feel that you don't know the person inside this body that you're walking with. But you have to keep coming back, retracing your steps like slowly climbing the stairs. And then you can find yourself again.